All right, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to be going through a couple practice problems involving the transformation dilation. Let's remember something. If the scale factor, let me write this down. Scale factor is greater than 1, then it's an enlargement. If the scale factor is in between 0 and 1, it shrinks it. Okay, so let's go into a couple of different examples. And this problem says perform a dilation of 1.5 about the origin. So our scale factor here is 1.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to list out the coordinate points of each vertex, and then we're going to multiply each x and each y by 1.5, and that's going to be our resulting set of coordinate points. So let's do that. So let's start with b. B right now is 1, -2. Okay, C is -2, comma 2. D is 3, comma 2. And E is 3, comma 0. All right, so now we're going to perform a scale factor of 1.5. So we're going to take each x and each y and multiply it by 1.5. So after doing so, b prime is now 1 times 1.5, which is 1.5, comma, -2 times 1.5, which is -3. C prime, -2 turns into -3. 2 turns into 3. D prime, 3 turns into 4.5, and 2 turns into 3. Remember, we're just multiplying by 1.5, and 3 again turns into 4.5, 0 stays as 0. And now, let's graph it. B prime, 1.5, comma, -3. 1.5, comma, -3. 1, 2. It's going to be about here. Since it's a decimal, it's going to be rough. Don't worry, it's okay. It's not going to be exact. It's going to be a little bit of a rough estimation. For C prime, -3, comma 3. Okay. For D prime, we get 4.5, comma 3. And then for E prime, 4.5, comma 0. And now we just connect. Notice how all of the vertices have the apostrophe or prime. That means a transformation has occurred. All right, sweet. Here we go. Let's keep it going. A dilation of 0.5 about the origin. All right, so it's going to be the same exact thing as we just did, except now we're multiplying each x and y by 0.5, or taking half of it. All right, so let's start out. Let's see. Start with J. I don't know why this image. There we go. Okay, so J is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, is -2, comma 4. Let's go to K. 1, 2, 3, comma 2. Keep going clockwise. We go to L, 2, comma, -3. Go to I, -1, comma, -1. And now we're going to perform a scale factor of 0.5. So we're going to take half of each value there, and that's going to be our resulting x and y. So for J prime, -1, comma 2. K prime, 1.5, comma 1. L prime 1 comma negative 1.5, I prime negative 0.5, negative 0.5. And now we're going to graph it, and it should be within the pre-image because the scale factor is 0.5, which is less than 1, so it's going to be a shrinking of our shape. So J prime is negative 1 comma 2. K prime is 1.5 comma 1. L prime is 1 comma negative 1.5. And I prime is half, negative half, negative half. So it's going to look roughly like that. Okay, and notice how our image, after we did the transformation of a dilation, it's shrunk, right? The scale factor is less than 1, so we have a shrinking of our image. So it's within the pre-image. If we go back, we had a scale factor of 1.5, which is bigger than 1, so it was an enlargement. You can see that our green figure, the image, is now going to be bigger than our pre-image. The figure is bigger. Haha! All right, so nice job. Let's go through one more example. And this one I feel is going to be a little bit easier for us because we already have the coordinate points listed out. So in the previous two examples, we listed out the coordinate points first and then applied the scale factor. Well, here the coordinate points are given to us, so it's going to be a little bit easier for us to perform. It's going to be a little less work. The first thing we want to do is graph this pre-image. We want to graph n, m, and l. So n is 0, negative 2. M is negative 1, comma 3. And L is 1, comma 0. Okay, so this is L, N, M. All right, so we have our pre-image. And now we're going to apply the scale factor of 1.5. So we're going to multiply each x and y by 1.5. And remember, 1.5 is bigger than 1, so it's going to be an enlargement. So n prime, I'm going to try and do it right underneath. That way we can see it. Is 0, comma negative 3. M prime is negative 1.5, comma 4.5. This isn't working. I need some more room to operate. So let's go over here. So n prime turns into 0, comma negative 3. M prime turns into negative 1.5, comma 4.5. And L prime turns into 1.5, comma 0. All right, so let's graph it. N prime 0, negative 3, 1, 2, and 3. M prime negative 1.5, 4.5. And now we have L prime. So you can see that is a horribly curved line that was supposed to be straight. But as you can see, the purple figure is larger than our pre-image, the black figure, because the scale factor is 1.5, which is bigger than 1, so our purple figure is going to be bigger than our pre-image. Great job, folks. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm so proud of you. Have a good one.